Give us an overview about TaylorMade. I mean, it's got a history that's certainly legendary in the golf industry. How it started, where it is now, and what it sees for the future.
You know, it started with just a dream, and that was Gary Adams, and he had a dream of bringing what people originally thought was a driving range club, a metalwood, to the market. And he started in McHenry, Illinois. He moved that company out to Carlsbad, and he went to his first PGA show in 1981 and brought that technology, and people looked at it and they thought it was a driving range club. He got Ron Streck in to play it, and he won with the metalwood, and it got a lot of exposure. And you notice people were going from persimmon at that time back in the 80s to the metalwood. We were the originators of the metalwood, and we're back into our current, what we consider our birthright of being back as the leader in metalwood technology. We have a complete brand of irons. We have the rack irons. They go anywhere from the TP version, which is for a better player. They're a coin-forged TP version. Then we have what we consider an LT version in that rack line also. Again, a very, very good player, easy to work the ball left to right with it. There's minimal offset in it, but it's got a much lower trajectory. People striking down on the ball usually tend to balloon their irons, and you don't want to do that with the irons because the ball will fall out of the sky. So for that, for the better players, you have the TP and the LT, and then you have the OS irons. And the OS irons that we have are what we consider our franchise. It's a game improvement club. It's an oversized iron. It's got feel pockets in the back so that if you do hit the ball, it feels really good. Continuing on down the line, we have two more sets, and we have the new CGB Max iron. And that CGB Max iron is the most technologically advanced iron out on the market. We've actually used what we use in our drivers, as I mentioned, the inverted cone technology. We use that in the face of the CGB Max iron. What that does for us, it actually slows the face down. When we originally turned these irons in, the CGB Max, to the USGA, they were deemed illegal. We use our inverted cone technology, which we talked about in the drivers, which expands the sweet spot in the face, and we've now used it in our irons. It expands the sweet spot, so your mishits on your irons are more forgiving, and they're much longer. If I can give you an example of the This is the CGB Max iron, and if I can tell you some of the features of this iron, it's got so many. First of all, we'll start off with it's a large, oversized head. As you can see right back here in the back, we have our inverted cone technology, and that's the part where I was telling you your mishits are going to be more forgiving. It also slows our face down so that this iron is actually legal. In the top line, even though you can't see it, it's a hidden technology. There is a hollow top line here, and what that allows us to do is to take the weight out of the top line and move it into these tungsten plugs that you can see in the back. The R7 CGB Max has the lowest, deepest center of gravity. What's that going to do for you? It's going to get the ball up in the air quick, give you a high launch, and very, very long distance. It's the longest distance iron out on the market right now. We also mill the face right here, in front and in back, prior to putting on its steel frame. This is it's a 455 stainless steel, and it is very, very thin. By being thin, you get that explosive distance off the face because of the COR. We've never talked about COR in irons as we do now. Again, we're leading in metalwoods, and you can see with the new irons that we'll be leading in irons with the COR zone.
And for the layman out there, the COR is basically like a piece of sheet metal getting banged with the elasticity?
The way I think of COR is coefficient of restitution. It's basically the spring-like effect off of the face. Okay, you get that spring-like. Imagine this. Imagine jumping on a trampoline. You jump the highest when you jump in the center. When you jump off to the side, you don't jump as high. What the inverted cone technology and the high COR we have is, imagine taking a piece of plywood and cutting it out and putting it in the center of that trampoline. Anywhere you jump on that plywood, you'll be jumping the highest. And that's what we've done with the inverted cone technology in all our clubs.